wouldn't say that I really have any nemesises. I'm going to redo that. I wouldn't say that I have really any nemesis. Dude, how do you say that word? I'm sorry. It just sounds retarded when I say it. I wouldn't say I have any rivals through racing, really. You know, getting into it all is expensive. The cars cost quite a bit, batteries. It's more everything you need with the car. You know, you need tools to work on the car. You need a charger to charge your batteries. There's a lot more you need. And like you said, maintenance, you know, you need tires. You always break pieces. You need to rebuild differentials. So it gets somewhat costly, but that's when you start racing. You start going like about once a week, and you start getting all your stuff ready for then, and you can kind of plan out your costs better doing that. Before you start racing, usually there's some minor setup stuff because you do a practice session in the morning, get the feel for your car on the track, so you change a few setup things and trying to get it more dialed in. And also you get your battery situated because you tape them in. And we probably saw us putting the dope on the tires, the really smelly stuff, and that helps for more traction. It softens up the rubber and you get it real soaked in. Well, one of the reasons most old guys race remote control cars is because you don't have to be in shape. You know, it doesn't take a lot of physical agility or any of that. Maybe reflexes are pretty good. They need to be pretty good. So to stay in shape, you just got to drive a lot. You just got to like practice. Just like everything, practice makes you better. The more you do something, the better you're going to be at it. I try and drive 3 to 4 times a week, ideally. It usually doesn't work out that way. But the more you drive, the better you're going to be. I think what makes me better than my opponents is usually I can handle pressure when you get close, because when you get close it gets high pressure because you're going pretty fast, and just one little mistake will make you like a quarter of a lap behind. You really throw people off when you get close to them, when you're driving close to them. Because when you get close to people, they can't drive as tight, and they're not as smooth, and they're not as fast. I'm able to, for some reason, like hold on when I get close to people, or when people get close to me. I'm still able to stay fast and stay on my line.
4, 23, 9.
Like I finished a lot of races in first, where the guy in second has been pretty close to me the whole time, but because I'm able to stay smooth and stay focused, I'm able to hold on to that position. I would have no problem saying I'm just like my dad, but yeah, he's cool. He's always raced everything he's got his hands on, and he's always been good at it. Like walking around the RC track, my brother and I, random people come up to us all the time, and oh man, I remember your dad from 30 years ago. He showed us all how to go fast, man. And that's pretty cool to have people say that about your dad, and they look at me and Kale and expect us to be really fast. And in off-road, we're pretty fast. We're definitely competitive, and in on-road, we're getting there. But yeah, my dad is definitely our main influence, and he's the reason we do all this stuff. There are some similarities between motocross and RC cars. They work kind of the same in the air. Use like line choices, which usually helps you in dirt bike riding and RC cars to find that really smooth, fast line. So it kind of transfers back and forth. Helps you. Well, the classes in off-road, they differ quite a bit. There's a 8th scale, which are the larger cars, and they go really fast. make a lot of noise, do all the big jumps. They're really appealing. The roots of off-road, I'd say, are the 10-scale cars, which are the little bit smaller ones. They don't go as fast. They're only two-wheel drive. But that's sort of where off-road started. And in my opinion, those cars take more skill to drive. So in those cars, there's the buggies, which are the really small ones, and the trucks with a little bit bigger tires. And those are just separated by the size of the motor. Yeah, I definitely started out in dirt and off-road. That's kind of where everybody gets their beginning. The cars are more forgiving, and it's just more appealing. Everybody wants to jump and fly and get sideways and spray dirt, you know. And yeah, that's definitely where I got my start. And then you sort of get this thing where you start wanting to go faster and turn harder and just carry more speed. And that's what on-road's for. And so that's why I turned over to there and tried it out one day, and I really liked it. And you just become an addict from there.
Coming up on 5 seconds, drivers. Third.
Car 6 is
27.
done. Car 1 is done. Car 7 is
There's a bunch of different types of cars, or classes, I should say, in off-road and on-road. Like you'll see the Mini Cooper car, which is obviously the Mini Cooper style car. And that's a spec class, so they all run the same motor. And then the F1 class, which is the F1 Indy car. And then the touring car class, which is like what me and my brother drive, is split up between motor size, which stock is 17.5 and mod is 13.5, or it's actually super stock. And there was also the 12-scale pan car, which was the smaller cars with the really slick-looking body. And those are pretty fun. They're two-wheel drive, and those are also split up by different motor size too.
Yeah, when you race anything, it's kind of trippy because you're in a competitive atmosphere. But you know, at the end of the day, like, everybody's such good friends. It's kind of trippy, but it just works like that, you know. You might be racing against some guy, but if he broke a piece, you know you would give it to him if you had it. And it's kind of weird. But yeah, everybody remains good friends, and you know, everyone keeps it in perspective. That's what I like about it. They realize you're racing a remote control car, not a $100,000 race car. So if you crash or someone breaks you, it's not the end of the world. You know, we can laugh it off, and nobody gets in fights. I haven't seen one yet. So that's another thing I like about it. It's nice.
I'm Cale Desborough, and I race RC cars.
I'm Jared Desborough, and I race RC cars.